Comanche 75 Papa, 5 runway heading, runway 31, cleared for takeoff.
Runway heading, clear for takeoff, 31, Comanche 875 Papa. Go, gear up.
It's a beautiful city, man.
It is, it's crazy. You know, I sort of find myself not always appreciating it until I kind of look outside. I'm like, you know, these buildings are our mountains, essentially. Take it for granted, I guess.
I'm Josh, a pilot and flight instructor who loves the sky, sharing it with those around me and using it to see the world from a new perspective. Flying can seem super complex, but I make it my mission to promote safe practices while enjoying the beauty this world has to offer. Subscribe to Climb Into the Cockpit on future adventures. This is Aviation 101.
At 0991 New Orleans, clear to the Foley Airport via S-bound. On departure, maintain 2,000 feet.
This is a 1966 Comanche 260B, fuel-injected, 260 horse, 4-seat plane. It's retractable gear, a good hauler. It's fast. It's not the fastest in the world, but you know, it's a fun plane to fly. It's economical as far as like a purchase price goes. We'll see today how economical it is on fuel burn, but you know, I like it a lot. We just got an avionics upgrade, so I'm hoping Josh here can kind of help me out a little bit.
Chris actually just got a Garmin G3X put in this airplane. It's the full 10.6-inch touchscreen, so Garmin G3X Touch. You've interfaced it with your pre-existing Garmin 430 WAS.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Relatively similar panel to, it's kind of like a cross between what we had in the Skyhawk before and what we have now. Yeah, so Chris, actually, I think you put a post out on Facebook.
I did.
On the Austin Pilots page.
So this is sort of like, I consider phase one of our avionics upgrade. So we got the G3X, we replaced all of our old, you know, borderline World War II vintage avionics. So we're working with glass now, got rid of all the primary instrument stuff, or engine instruments. So it's just glass, and you know, eventually we'd like to upgrade to like a 650 or 750 or something like what you're using, and upgrade to, you know, a Garmin Autopilot. But we kept some of the stuff, so this is sort of a piecemeal upgrade as far as avionics goes. And you know, I feel like it's not uncommon, but it's enough for needing some instruction. And so the G3X is basically like a really nice upgrade for this plane, and you know, I just love some expert advice.
I'd be careful with the word expert.
Yeah.
But I have gotten a few hours in the Skyhawk. So our plan is we're going to hop in the Comanche here. First, boot it up on the ground is what I'd like to do. And just poke around on a couple things, general familiarization. I also want to briefly familiarize myself with how yours is set up. So the difference between the Garmin G3X and, for example, the Garmin G500 TXI. The G500 TXI is kind of, it's like set in its ways. You can't really customize it.
Yeah.
The G3X, you can totally customize where certain data fields are, where certain buttons are. You can move everything around. So going from one G3X to the next is not necessarily going to be an identical experience. So it's pretty warm today. It's like, it got up to like 95 degrees. We're getting into the evening. I think we're about an hour and a half away from sunset, but I think we're going to cool off here a little bit. And I think it's going to be not so bad. We'll have a nice evening flight, probably be landing here maybe just shortly after sunset.
Yeah, nice little Texas sunset.
So he's going to pre-flight the plane. We've actually already got cameras rigged up. We're going to run, I think it's 5 cameras on the plane today. We have one mounted right here under the wing. That's one of my favorite shots on a low wing complex airplane, because you can just see the gear coming up and down. It's a really cool shot, perfect for landing and whatnot. So we're gonna hop in the plane, do a little bit of ground training or ground familiarization with the system. We're gonna pull the airplane out and hit the sky. There's a number of ways to bring up your MFD, your multifunction display. You can hit split, that will bring up your split screen, and now you have a list of options of screens down here at the bottom. You can also tap that. There's all your screens. So you can like real quick go to traffic, or you can just use the big knob on the duplex knob here and scroll back and forth between all of them. I find that's quicker than just tapping. Return to the airplane. It's that button. It pops up anytime you scroll away from the button, or the plane rather.
Very handy.
Yeah, it just kind of recenters it, and now it'll follow the plane. So right now you're navigating from COM 1, and it should, because it's Garmin and it should talk, if you hit the CDI button and take it to VLOC, it just went to green needles.
Right.
If it's magenta, it's something GPS based. That's why all of these are magenta up here, all these data points.
Wow, okay, that's really interesting. Okay.
Green, green is VHF based. Ground-based navigation.
Okay.
Exactly. So that's why we say if we're shooting an RNAV, we want magenta needles. If we're shooting an ILS, we want green needles. That's what we're looking at.
Everything is just making so much more sense, yeah.
I hope so, yeah.
No,
and I very well might be confusing you.
No, like this is simplifying it to like, okay, like thank God we're recording this, because this is very helpful, because like just those 3 colors simplifies a lot. So I can at a glance know, okay, we're calling a GPS, or we're shooting an ILS.
After a half-hour ground lesson getting familiar with the Garmin G3X, it was time to pull this Comanche out of the hangar and light the fires in this 260 horsepower fuel-injected beast.
Alrighty, run up, brakes are set, fuel on the left main, light controls. Alright, slide drop, back to both, and we're confirmed back to both. Alright, so let's go ahead and tap here and check everything else. Oil pressure is good, fuel flow looks about right, amps are good.
Comanche 75 Papa, 5 runway heading, runway 31, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading, clear for takeoff, 3-1, Comanche 875 Papa.
Comanche 75 Papa, traffic is a Challenger on a 3-mile final for runway 31.
Traffic inside, Comanche 875 Papa. Bonnie runway, 3131. Alright, engine's in the green. Airspeed's coming alive. Run a little crosswind. Go gear up. Add a little bit of nose down trim.
Gear is up and indicated.
Perfect. I'm out at 110.
The flight from Austin Executive to Temple gives us a little cruise time to go over some tricks, shortcuts, and symbology on the new Garmin glass panel.
So, yeah, what I noticed is when you put it in GPS steering, the heading bug became hollow. I think what that means is you're in GPSS, no heading bug. It's not doing its job. So do you see the little green indicator there that's floating around out there? I call that the gun sight.
Okay.
Garmin's official term for that is the flight path marker. Turn it on and off there.
Okay.
So that's actually showing you exactly where you're going. So if that gun sight is slightly above the horizon, you're going to be climbing. If it's slightly below the horizon, you're going to be descending. If it's right on the horizon, you're right on. So when you're shooting an approach, it's good situational awareness, because you'll see the runway out there, and if that thing should be right, like hovering right over the runway. So one thing I also say a lot is don't leave any bugs unattended, meaning your altitude and heading bugs. So I like our heading bug right now is kind of arbitrarily over there at 330. Right. I like to just kind of keep it up with my nose, and there's usually a quick way to sync your heading bug. Okay, push and hold it. There you go.
Very cool. That's just the direction we're currently pointed.
Yep, it just lines your heading bug up with our current heading. If nothing else, this will just be for some situational awareness. Or we could always just go shoot the ILS and then just go back to executive and mosey our way back.
Yeah.
Would you want to just see that instead of 2 approaches here?
Yeah, let's just do the ILS,
okay.
And then, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you want to request that with him, just tell him we want to do the do vectors for the ILS 16, if he can accommodate that.
Great approach, Comanche 875 Bob. We'd like to change to vectors for the ILS 16, actually, if possible.
Comanche 75 Power Roger, flighting 360, vector for the approach.
360 and vector for the approach. 75 Pop. Alright, we'll take it out of GPSS. So if I would have switched it out of GPSS straight into heading mode, it would have turned to whatever heading we had previously had. So it's one more reason to have kept it.
Chris does not have his instrument rating quite yet, but he will be doing his training behind this panel when the time comes. So once we get to Temple, we're going to shoot an approach just to see how the G3X sequences everything. This is not intended to be an instrument lesson, so there's no need for foggles or tight standards during the approach. This is just for fun to see how all of this Garmin stuff works together to get you down to an airport safely.
Comanche 75 Papa is 8 miles from Auger. Turn right heading 130. Maintain 3,000 till established on low buzz. Clear up the ILS 16 at Temple.
500.
So flaps 10.
So that was a 500 AGL call. Not 500 above minimums. 500 AGL.
Okay.
It's important to know the difference there. And then once we get the minimums call, you just do your go-around procedure and we'll climb out. Temple traffic, Comanche 8875 Papa short final 16. We're going to be going missed. Practice approach. Temple.
Minimums.
There you go.
Minimums. Alright, we'll go ahead and go full power. Positive rate, we'll go gear up.
Temple traffic, Comanche 8875 Papa is on the climb out from runway 16, just did a practice ILS. We're going to be climbing out, straight out, departing the area to the southeast VFR Temple.
If you want to hand fly it for a while up here, feel free.
Yeah, I might do that here in just a second.
carve around a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah, you're playing it if you
Yeah,
want.
alright, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Feel free to go wherever you want.
And our autopilot is off. You got the power set
off.
where you want it.
Yep.
So something cool about the map here is when you turn the heading bug, it shows where it's
No
pointed.
way.
So I can
That's
kind of
so handy.
aim right for downtown,
Wow.
right about where I think it is, and then I'll just kind of... So it's also the difference between flying a heading and flying a GPS track.
Yeah.
So right now I'm actually flying our GPS track. You can see the little magenta triangle. I'm putting it right in that trough of the heading bug
Oh, okay.
with that dotted line,
Yeah.
because I put the heading bug right on where I know downtown is. So
It's lining up the heading with the track for you and making it, and accounting for the wind, I guess, right?
yeah, so that way we're not, like, I could point my nose right at downtown, but we're going to be crowding.
Right, exactly.
So
okay.
to just eliminate that, I'm just using the fact that it's showing me what our ground track is and just pointing that right toward downtown.
Wow.
So then
okay.
we just don't have to think about the wind correction.
That's super handy.
It's super lazy.
Yeah, it is super. Yeah, but.
Comanche 8875 Papa, Austin approach I-10, Austin altimeter is 3006, and information is to current executive.
3006, and we'd like a VFR request. We'd like to do a lap or two around downtown before going to executive if possible.
8875 Papa, roger, that is approved. Remain clear of the Georgetown class Delta. If you're not familiar, I can give you a vector space about 10 miles ahead of you.
Roger that, we'll make clear of their Delta, and let us know if you have any altitude restrictions. Thanks. That's pretty cool. They still have
418, Communication Center,
the lights up for
1342.
Oh yeah, wow, DKR's lit up.
yeah. No TFR.
Who won last night? I didn't even see the end of the game.
No way. Are you serious? They lost by 1 point. It was incredible.
Texas lost by 1
It was
point.
crazy. Yeah, I mean the fact that they only lost by 1 point was pretty nuts.
I have always been a avid follower of Texas A&M.
Oh yeah, I mean it's my Aggie ring, so I
Okay,
love
yeah.
watching UT lose. Except for the problem is my brother played basketball for UT, so we so it's interesting. I don't mind rooting for UT in certain sports, I guess. But football, I love watching miserable. There's nothing better than a miserable UT fan. You can cut this out for your UT fans.
We'll approach number 900 Alpha Lima, 14,000, descending on the arrival with information Tango.
It's a beautiful city, man.
It is. It's crazy. We literally live like. We just flew over our house, but it's like I sort of find myself not always appreciating it until I kind of look outside. I'm like, these buildings are our mountains essentially.
Right.
It's like I don't take it for granted, I guess. They are going to have the tallest building west of the Mississippi soon.
Really?
It's going to be like, what is it? 1,100 feet, something like that. It's going to be on Rainy Street, so it'll be like kind of down by the Fairmont, I guess.
Oh, you know what? I think I saw a rendering of that a few days ago.
Approach Comanche 8875 Papa. We're ready to return to executive, and we do have the weather there.
75 Papa, roger, push on course, start your descent.
Start the descent and on course, 75 Papa. Executive Tower, Comanche 8875 Papa, 7 miles to the west-southwest, inbound for full stop. Information zero.
Comanche 75 Papa, runway 31, cleared to land.
31 cleared to land, 75 Papa. Alright, I'll go ahead and do the gear down. And green, cool. Executive Tower, Comanche 8875 Papa. Can we get a wind check?
Wind 020 at 6.
Okay, nothing.
Minimums.
Those are our minimums that we set previously, I guess. Now we're going to come in fast and
Nice.
wheelbarrow.
It did a little bit, huh?
Yeah, it did a little bit there. That's my second landing in 3.5 months in this plane, and it's such a. You know what? I hate landing in this plane because I used to be so good with 182s and 172s.
Oh, really?
It's such a confidence killer. Get a nice sunset though.
Yeah, it was nice.
I'm gonna fuel up before I taxi her back, if that's cool.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely.
We topped off and tucked the Comanche into the hangar for the night.
I try to take any opportunity I can to exercise my flight instructor certificate, but with a schedule like mine with constant travel, it's hard to commit to flight instruction beyond a simple flight review or a glass panel checkout every now and then. But when I do make time to meet up with a fellow aviator to help them out as a CFI, whether it's an IPC, flight review, or just a panel orientation like this, it always ends up being totally worth it and reminds me why I love being a flight instructor. And it goes in my logbook as a unique aviation memory. It also doesn't suck when we squeeze in a few sunset orbits around the city that we call home. You can't beat it. Chris and I are already throwing around some ideas of more flying and trips that we want to take around the great state of Texas and beyond. So I'm sure we'll be filming more stuff with this sweet Comanche in the next year. Be sure to like this video if you did, subscribe if you haven't, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss when the next one comes out. And leave your feedback on this video down below in the comments. Until next time, you know the drill. Stay happy, healthy, current, and most importantly, stay proficient. We'll see you in the next video right here on Aviation 101. Fly safe.